Okay, we all know how to find the average of scores, test scores. So let's practice. If you have exam scores of 70, 75, and 77, what score do you need on the fourth exam to raise your average to 75? So remember, to find the average, you're going to find the sum of the items divided by the number of items, and that's equal to the average. So we know that the average is going to be 75. So we know that we're going to put that value right there. And we know that we're going to have 4 exams. So that's our number of items. Now we just need to find the sum of the items. So the sum of the items, we know 3 of them, but we don't know the 4th one. So let's say that X is equal to your score on the 4th exam. That's our unknown. So we'll be taking 70 plus 75 plus 77 plus that unknown 4th score, and we're going to divide that by 4 and set it equal to 75. 70 plus 75 plus 77. 73 times is 210. And then we've got this 5 and this 7, which is 12. So 222. So we have 222 plus X over 4 equals 75. I'm going to cross multiply. 222 plus X times 1 is equal to 4 times 75, which is 300. 4 times 75 is the same thing as 2 times 150. Subtract 222 from both sides. I need to kind of see that. And I'm going to get 78. So the score on the 4th exam, let me make this a little bit cleaner. So I'm going to subtract 222 from both sides. And I get X equals 78. So the score on the 4th exam is 78. Now that's great if we're trying to find an average, right? But we know how our final exams work. Let's say that you have a grade of 92%, and that's worth 80% of your grade. And then your final exam accounts for 20% of your overall grade. If you want to maintain an average of a 90% in the class, what do you have to get on the final? Well, there's all sorts of apps out there that you could just type this in. But in college algebra, you should be able to calculate this without having to go to an app or to a website to have someone else do the work for you. It's always an option. But the point is that at this level of math, you should know how to compute this yourself. So what are they asking us? What score do you need on the final exam or on that final test? So X equals your score on the final. Okay. Your current grade is a 92%, and that's worth 80% of your grade. 80% of your grade. So let's talk about your grade. Your overall grade is equal to the 80% portion plus the 20% portion. Okay, so your overall grade, you want it to be a 90%. The 80% portion is 92% right now. So we're going to change everything to a percent. So 0.92 times 0.80. 80% of 92% is going to go towards your overall grade. So 80% of is 80% multiplication, 0.8 times. And then the part we don't know is your final exam, which is 20%. So we'll call that value like we defined it above, X. So 0.90 equals, I have to take 0.92 times 0.80. 0.92 times 0.80. So you can use a calculator. I am going to show you how you can multiply off to the side fairly quickly, but using a calculator is okay. So 0.736 plus 0.20x. At this point, I'm done with the decimals. It's really hard for me to work with decimals. So I'm going to multiply each term by 100. So when I multiply by 100, it's going to move this decimal place over 2. So 90 equals 73.6 plus 20x. Now I can subtract 73.6 from 90. And when I subtract that, I'm going to get 16.4. 16.4 indeed equals 20x. So I just have to take 16.4 equals 20x, divide both sides by 20, and at this point I'm going to let you use your calculator and see if you get, go ahead and press pause if you're still fumbling with your calculator. And I got 82%. So I need an 82% on the final to get a 90% in the class.